Welcome back. It's time to put a bow on the chicken series.
What did you think about our chicken today?
I thought our chicken was pretty good.
You thought it was pretty good? Yeah.
I really liked it.
I really hope you've had a chance to catch all of the videos, and I hope that you have some questions. Or maybe there was something I didn't cover that you wish I would have. If so, be sure to drop a comment or shoot me a DM. I'm more than happy to help you out. Today, we're going to dive into the KCBS scoring system, using our chicken scores from 2 contests, Fire on Ice in Minnesota and Smoke on the Shores down in Lebanon, Tennessee. Whether you're a seasoned vet or brand new to competition barbecue, or a judge that's curious about how cooks evaluate their scores to improve their skill set, this video's got a little bit something for everybody. So let's get into it. The first thing we should do is talk about how KCBS scoring works. Scores are broken down across 3 categories: appearance, taste, and tenderness. Scores range on a scale from 1 to 9, where 9 marks excellent, 8 is very good, 7 is good, 6 is fair, 5 is poor, 2 is inedible, and 1 is a DQ or a penalty. Each box is scored by 6 judges. Sometimes there's a little bit more, sometimes there's a little bit less. It all depends on the team counts and judge availability at a given contest. They score appearance first, and then they take into account taste and tenderness. But where it gets interesting is that each category is weighted differently. Here's how that breaks down. Your appearance score is weighted by 0.56 points, taste is weighted by 2.2972 points, and tenderness is weighted by 1.1428 points. But what does all of that mean? What that means is that taste matters the most, tenderness is a close second, and of course, appearance is important, but not as important as taste and tenderness. Before I show you my scores from these 2 contests, let me remind you of something, that barbecue is a subjective sport. Don't get me wrong, there are KCBS guidelines for judging each box, but each judge brings their own palate. If your box is balanced, not too salty, not too sweet, not too savory, and your tenderness is on point, you'll usually do pretty well. I also want to caution you to not fixate too much on one bad score. Remember that the lowest score on every table that your box lands on is always going to be dropped. For me, I find it more valuable to look at trends across contests. In my opinion, that's where the real insight comes from. And don't get me wrong, none of this works if you're not taking notes. So I advise you to start a notebook and track your cooks. If you need help with that, comment notes and I'll share what I log for every cook. Okay, so let's take a look at our scores for Fire on Ice. Appearance, straight 9s, except for judge number 4. He gave us an 8. Let's pull up that box and see what he might have seen. But maybe you've got some insight. I'd be happy to hear it. Tenderness, 2 9s and 4 8s. And I'm thinking we might have just gone a bit too far on our cook. Of course, a comment card would have helped, but those are suggested and not mandatory from a judge perspective. Taste is the same story, 2 9s and 4 8s. But here I know what happened. I added a little bit too much heat to my sauce, and I think that turned some of the judges off. It missed on that balance, which is why our taste scores were down a little bit here. I do want to take a second and point out the judge number 6. If you see here, he judged us with a 9, 9, 8. I think it's my opinion, and maybe some other folks' opinion too as well, is that tenderness usually follows the taste. Meaning if you get an 8 in taste, you're most likely going to get an 8 in tenderness as well if the judge is inexperienced. But I think a master judge keeps those separate and is able to discern if they enjoy a flavor and it's too tender, or the other way around, if it's perfectly tender and the flavor is a little off. The last thing I look at when I get my score sheets back is the judge average. And I want to beat the judge average every time. At Fire on Ice, we did that 4 out of 6 times, which isn't bad, but I need at least 1 more there, which means I've still got some room for improvement. Our final score was a 169.68, and you guessed it, we didn't get any calls with that number. Our chicken finished 25th that day, despite some of the team thinking that we were going to hit some 180s.
But
what do you
think about, so Kev thinks the chicken was a 180s.
I don't. Yes, 180.
That was good. The
Yeah?
piece I had was really yummy.
Yeah? What did you, like, taste tenderness?
It was great. I just have a little trouble with the skin on the back side, but not the front side.
Yeah? And did you like too spicy, or you thought we hit where we wanted to be?
I'm hoping we hit where we want to be. I really liked it.
Yeah.
It's not up to me though, it's the judges.
Yeah.
Now let's take a look at the scores from Smoke on the Shores. At this contest, right away, you can see we earned 2 perfect scores of 36. 999 across the board. Taste, 4 9s and 2 8s. It seems like we're moving in the right direction there. Tenderness, still mostly 8s. That tells me something. I'm probably too tender. So this video is going to be released here shortly, and I'm headed down to Altoona to cook the Iowa State barbecue contest. I'm definitely going to probably back off the tenderness a little bit and try and hit 206 and see if we can flip some of these 8s into 9s. Between the two contests, we improved by 5 points. And in KCBS, that's pretty huge. Even improving by 5 points, we still landed outside of the top 10. Our chicken down at Smoke on the Shores finished at 32nd place. Here's a look at that box I turned in down there. And I'd love to speak with judge number 4 to see how I can turn that 8 into a 9 that he gave us for appearance. So what can you learn from this? Too many 8s in taste? Something is either missing or off. You're not hitting that balance that you need for competition barbecue. You might consider tweaking your sauce or maybe tweaking your finishing just a little bit to kind of balance things out and really bring that pop that the judges are looking for that's not offensive. What I am not telling you to do by any means is to throw the entire baby away. Make small adjustments, small tweaks. There's no need to retool your entire program unless you're completely missing across the board. Also make sure that you're keeping notes. Make sure that you're tracking exactly what you're changing, and also note down why you're making those changes. If you're looking to build consistency, I think your notes are going to be helpful in helping you get there, and that's going to be the key to unlocking your success in competition barbecue. Thanks for hanging with me. If you're a cook, new or experienced, and I missed something, be sure to drop that in comments for me. If you're a judge, thanks for what you do. And furthermore, if you've got any tips that might help out some fellow contenders or even myself, be sure to leave those in the comments as well. Next up, we're going to run our rib program. We're going to film it while we're down in Altoona. It's going to be the same format. So if you haven't yet, be sure you hit that subscribe button. Get out there, cook like a champion, and I'll see you on the next one.